Good morning, my friends. This is the Grim Flayer. Hope you're all doing very well today, and I hope you are ready for the long-awaited debut on the channel of Plaguerock. That's right, 4 copies of the one and only Plague Man in the main deck, spreading disease in the midst of our enemies' ranks, getting down with the sickness, all of the above. Can't wait for it, very excited about it. And I'm going to go over the deck just quickly here, and then we're going to go straight into a league. So I did do a deck tech. I'll link that in the description below, but of course the bans have happened since then, and the new set has come out since then, so a few things have changed. The land base is not one of them. We've still got 17 black sources, 16 green ones, and 8 utility lands, so it's a very consistent and utility-rich land base. I was playing in the initial deck tech a 7th discard spell, a 4th Inquisition of Kozilek. I have since taken that out. I initially had the idea to just main deck Shadowspear, and I think that would be fine. I think this is pretty main deckable just because we have such a high threat count. But I looked at the curve and thought we didn't quite have enough oomph at the top end if I did that. So I decided to actually move Liliana the Last Hope to the main deck. We'll see how that goes. I do think she's better positioned now than she has been in a while, and also definitely has more kill potential by ticking up in conjunction with the playset of Plague Man. Beyond that, the main deck is unchanged, but the sideboard is where things are pretty different. We do, of course, want to test out Shadowspear. This is going to let us get around hexproof and indestructible things, which is really nice. But I think even more importantly, or at least a more common use case, is going to be to swing aggro matchups in our favor. If you equip a Tarmogoyf with this and you connect, the match is probably over, or the game rather, probably over. Breaks through board stalls as well. Trample and Lifelink are 2 keywords that we don't have access to with our normal threats, and Shadowspear, therefore, I think is a pretty good fit for us. We're going to find out. Still on 2 Ouphe, still on 1 Veil of Summer, still on the Kitchen Finks. I want, again, things that can flex into multiple matchups, so you've got Veil against any kind of interactive deck that plays black or blue. Ouphe is good against the artifact decks, which are still around, and also Tron. Kitchen Finks, good against red deck wins, and can also grind in interactive matchups. Grafdigger's Cage, good against any tutoring decks, good against Dredge and Crabvine and other graveyard decks, and also good against the new Yawgmoth combo deck. And the thing about Grafdigger's Cage is that it's a static hate piece, which I don't normally love as much in our deck, and it also means the opponent can just fill up the graveyard, and then eventually, if they find a Nature's Claim or what have you for the cage, they just get to go off immediately. Ashiok is very good against graveyard decks, but it can be a little bit too slow to really get going when it's your only piece of graveyard hate, and they're on a pretty quick progression. But Ashiok is very, very good against big mana right now, especially the Primeval Titan decks. And interestingly, Grafdigger's Cage and Ashiok complement one another's weaknesses very well. So you play the Cage, they're stuck, they're not able to go off, but they're digging through their deck and filling up their graveyard along the way. Well, that's when you play Ashiok on curve and wipe the graveyard. So Cage stalls it out, Ashiok cleans it out for good. That's the idea. So both of these cards are, again, flawed in their role, like in a vacuum, maybe compared to like Nile Spellbomb. But they both flex way better into other matchups, and they do complement one another well. We're still on 3 Fulminator Mage for the boom boom effect on their land base, and of course the ability to side it in against control, Grey Ogre mode, or Stone Rain mode. Kalitas, another one that flexes into different matchups. We've got coverage for burn and for graveyard decks, and just for your traditional creature decks, whether they be Ether Vial or Collected Company or anything like that. And finally, Collective Brutality, kind of the same thing. Good against the Coco decks, great against burn, good if you just need more removal for weenies. There you go, guys. This is our Plaguerock, and we are going to go straight into a league. I'm pretty excited to see how it does. Again, is now the very perfect time in the history of Modern to be jamming 4 Plague Engineer main? Probably not, but I do think it's kind of viable inherently, and so we don't need to really prey upon the meta, right? We just need it to be kind of viable inherently, and hey, maybe we'll get the right matchups for it anyway. It's been an awesome week for Patreon supporters. We did announce 4 brand new ones on my Kroxig Jund video. That was a fun one as well. You can check that out if you haven't. But we've got another new one for today. It's a new Inquisitor, Albed17. I really hope I got your name correct, my friend. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you as always to all Patreon supporters out there. And we got to throw back a no-lander. We got to throw back a one-lander with field. And we got to keep a one-lander. Why has this been happening to me so much? It's really insane. All right, we're going to keep our chin up and try to recover here. If they're not affected by Fatal Push, we're going to lose, right? Like, we just got to hope this is a matchup where Fatal Push is good, so we're going to bottom at one of the 2 drops. I think it's just going to be Tarmogoyf. We've got to unmulligan ourselves with Bob, and again, we are kind of assuming that they're going to be playing to the board, playing small things that die to push and decay. That's the only way we win this one. Flooded Strand, oh no. I almost just want to scoop without showing them what I'm playing. Because there's no way we beat a blue-white control deck. But then again, we don't know exactly that that's what they are, so I might scoop here on... Yeah, see, Watery Grave, we would already have not been predicting this accurately. This looks like a Shadow deck. Sure is. Alright, well, I'm glad I didn't scoop. We're still very, very much likely to lose. Here, having mulligan to 5 in Game 1 against an attrition deck, and also looks like they're setting up for a Gurmag Angler on turn 2 that we simply can't beat. That's exactly what it is. You can tell by this delay. Yep. Alright, so I'm not going to fetch. I'm going to try to draw an Abrupt Decay here. Or, excuse me, an Assassin's Trophy here. And if I don't, I think I'm just going to scoop. Or is that premature? I'm just like, how much equity do we really get out of concealing information? Probably not that much. Whatever, let's just play it out. We're going to play a Bob and make them have removal. It's better than Inquisition there because we need to be mana efficient. We're already this far behind. I've got to tell you, I've been having so many mulligans lately, even in my practice games. I don't know what's going on with that. Yep. Overgrown Tomb. As predicted, look like we're going to die to this Angler. Okay. Well, they've got TBR, but they can't cast it. I think I'm actually going to take this Thought Scour, because that's going to get them closer to TBR and closer to the second Angler. But we still need to draw Liliana of the Veil or Assassin's Trophy. Very, very quickly. And it might even have to be Lily at this point, because like they're just going to beat us with a second Angler if we cannot start attacking their resources repeatedly. Alright, come on, Lily. It's a Peatland. It's the other Lily, and we can't cast her yet. Okay. Feels bad, man. This is a totally fine matchup, but it's harder than it used to be. And giving them game 1 for free, it's a rough spot to be in. So they've now had 2 more chances. Well, I guess only 1 more chance, because we know one of their draws was Thoughtseize. Yep, alright, we'll Inquisition just for info. See what that unknown card is. It was a Snapcaster Mage. Okay. Not the greatest start in the world. Not the greatest start you've ever seen. But nothing you can really do about it. You draw the wrong half of the deck and you mull to 5 against like a pretty perfect curve out. That's going to be a loss. So we have considerations here. Finks, Veil of Summer are probably our 2 best cards. And then, you know, I don't really want any part of any of those, but we can consider playing some number of Ashiok, some number of Fulminator Mage. I'm probably more inclined to play multiples of Fulminator and only like 1 Ashiok. I usually like Nihil Spellbomb in this matchup. We of course don't have it, but I think like leveraging 1 Ashiok on the play is good. And then Kalitas is clunky, but also fine. Plague Engineers are totally fine, but we also don't need all 4. We're going to cut Collective Brutality, and most of our main deck's great here. So we just want to cut some number of discard spells, and get in our best cards. I think I am going to get pretty aggressive with this type of land denial stuff on the play. I kind of want to leave... Let's do this. So we need to make 6 cuts from these 11. Why don't we plan to leave between 2 and 4 discard spells in on the play? Just err on the side of a slightly lower curve here. I like it, and then on the draw, I'm going to be a lot less interested in Fulminator and Ashiok, and more interested in discard. Seems like lately I've been just getting really tempoed out by Shadow decks, so I'm leaving in more discard than I historically have been prone to. Ugh. I'll keep it, but I'm super, super not thrilled by it. But, like, again, the mull against the attrition deck is kind of a death sentence in its own way. I'm also gun-shy about mulligans right now, obviously, after what happened in Game 1. I just wish we had more utility out of our land base. Field of Ruin's nice, especially, again, on the play in conjunction with our other cards, but... if we had like a creature land or a peatland here, I'd be a lot happier. Okay. I'm not going to turn my nose up at any form of gas. They might be holding up push here, but whatever. They sure are. I want to say that, like, I've literally never played against a Shadow deck where they don't have push in the opener. That's really what it seems like. I just think they're just basically guaranteed to have Fatal Push, and I don't know why. Alright, they're on a 1-lander, that's cool. So we're going to just play along the curve here, we're going to be proactive. Plague Engineer here is normally... I like naming Human here, actually, just because it shuts off the 2-for-1 of Snapcaster Mage. But in this case, I'm kind of... there's some real incentives to name Fish, right? But I think I'm still actually going to name Human, because one of the ways they make a reasonable play here is, like, if they're really clunked up on Snapcasters in their hand and stuff, they could just use it as an Ambush Viper. And we don't have anything that can compete with the Fish anyway, even if it's only a 4-4 right now. Like, we need to draw another Goyf or removal for that to matter. So, alright, they're on the other land. They're probably on another Gurmag Angler. But hey, that's a card we can, in theory, contend with. They have to have removal for our Death Touch guy to start getting in with the fish, right? Opponent in the tank here leads me to believe they do have a Gurmag Angler, because that's one of the more complicated decisions on only 2 mana. Yes. But it's interesting that they didn't fetch first. Okay, Fulminator Mage, sure. It's a pretty good draw. Be even better if they'd missed that second land drop, of course. I'm just going to say go here. I'll probably blow this up in response to the fetch. Their Watery Grave, that is. Since they didn't do that, I'm going to upkeep it. Alright. So they're drawn out of their one-lander pretty well. Steam Vents, huh? Dismember. Alright, so they still appear to have all their fetchables in the deck. Sure. Okay, we can beat the Shadow. Let's draw an answer for Angler, too. No. But Fulminator's a good draw. So the only major question is whether or not to immediately hit them with it. We basically give up 5 life if we do, but we also make their turn a whole lot worse, you have to imagine, especially if we just hit the Watery Grave. I think I'm going to go for it. I think I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it all now. Really wish this was a Liliana of the Veil. Alright, so they have to draw the 3rd straight top-decked land for us to really be punished for this decision. Promptly they do. Promptly they do. So now what we did is, of course, way worse. It's still not nothing, obviously. They are on 2 lands instead of 3, right? But still very, very, very punished for our decision-making here. Probably shouldn't have tapped Field of Ruin. We're in trouble either way. Like, fielding their Steam Vents, then playing Bob would actually be a little bit risky because it would give them access to the 3rd mana right now, so then they could maybe, like, snap Dismember or something. But yeah, we're in trouble. Got a deck full of answers to a 5/5. Hey, they had the snap, so sure. Yeah. Deck full of answers to a 5/5 and just can't find any. Taking the trade here because it makes Liliana an answer to Angler. Kinda rough, guys. Kinda rough, not gonna lie. Just had opening hands that didn't really comply. You know, are we beating them when we mull to a 6? Probably not, unless it's a really nutty 6 for us, right? Feels bad. That's such a fine matchup, but they do, I mean, if they keep a really good hand, they're still, like, the best deck in the format, I think. Like, all around, all things considered, if they keep a really good hand, and if they just keep getting what they need off the top, man, there's really not that much you can do unless you're doing the same thing. They still had like 4 cards in hand too. Like, we were pretty soundly beaten there, despite getting like a reasonable amount of gas off the top. And then we get another no-lander. All right. Not our finest hour here with these with this variance, that is for sure. All right, this is a perfectly acceptable 6, though. The only question is what land to bottom. Really matchup dependent. Like, the one I want to bottom the most is Forest, but that's pretty punishing if we're against, like, Burn. I think overall that is the best one to bottom, though. Cavern of Souls. Okay. We're against humans. That's a good matchup for the Plaguerock. I think we're supposed to fetch and shock here, because Nurturing Peatland is something we want to use as little as possible, and if we draw more lands, we'll be glad we had a duel here. Okay, Thalia, Reflector Mage, pretty easy take a Thalia. Now their hand does nothing, besides run out a 2-3 do-nothing. Obviously, the top deck can change anything, but... Okay, Thalia's Lieutenant, very good draw. Thoughtseize. It's now or never for the Thoughtseize. It's all kinds of painful, but I think we're kind of supposed to. All right. Very punished, by the way, for bottoming the Forest. But if we had bottomed, like, Peatland instead, we couldn't cast a Liliana right now. Okay. Just really getting punished for our decisions here. We take a lot of life loss to proactively deal with the Reflector Mage, and they instantaneously top deck another one. It's just gotta be one of those leagues, I guess, guys. So far, anyway. Gotta be mana efficient here. So opponent has literally not stopped ripping gas. They're about to cast another thing. We left them with only one spell in hand after our turn 1. Then it's just gas, gas, gas. Which the humans deck does do, right? Or not. Very soft to another Reflector or a Phantasmal Image. On a Reflector. Oh, why do I keep calling the shots? It's not a good thing. And we've taken about 6-7 points of damage from our own stuff, so we just can't recover from this. And we're just dead. I don't know I don't know what else to say, guys. I don't know what else to say. Hopefully, like, this is an entire league's worth of bad luck in the first 3 games. So let's hope it's done. Let's hope it's done with, right? Like, how much more of this can we take? We don't have that much for the humans matchup, but that's because our main deck is incredibly good against it. And we're very, very favored, despite how horrendous that was. We could even play a cheeky Collector Ouphe if we want, depending on what needs to come out. 3 Thoughtseizes need to come out. Nothing else is really bad, so I'm probably not going to play the cheeky Ouphe, and instead we'll find one other cut elsewhere. I mean, playing with fewer Dark Confidants is definitely good on the draw. On the play, you can even see cutting one just because our deck is so incredibly good. It's either a Bob or a Hexdrinker. I guess we're going to cut a Hexdrinker on the play. Hexy's pretty medium against humans. Like, in one sense, getting a 2-1 down early, whether it be on turn 1 or just having a double spell turn early, is really nice. On the other hand, it's not realistically going to win you the game. They've got, even when it's level 3, they can beat it with Reflector Mage and stuff like that. Okay. It's a very keepable hand. It's a little slow, but it's so good that we're on the play with a hand like this. And we should really beat anything soundly besides a total nut draw. Aether Vial's a little tough. Aether Vial's something we didn't want to see. Still totally fine, but hopefully they go like Thalia, Guardian of Thraben here. We just get to blow it out with the Plague Man and then follow up with Lily the Last Hope. OP in the tank kind of makes me think they're gaming that exact scenario out. Alright. Well, I am just going to jam Plague Man anyway, because this is going to make them unable to vial in any 1-drops that'll survive. And it's just a good proactive thing to do. I shocked in there, so we have the option of playing Kitchen Finks next turn into Treetop Village. Ugh, Dismember. Okay. Sure. You know, even so, this still helps our proactive stance out a lot. It still cost them tempo and life, and is going to feed our skews. Lots of good things going for our play there, but obviously them answering Plague Man is not good. Mantis Rider's not good either. Okay, Meddling Mage. Bloodlight's message says, "Thanks for your nice content." You're welcome, my friend. I will write you back shortly, or after the league or something. But I appreciate hearing that. Okay, Fatal Push is locked out, so we'll cast Inquisition. See exactly what they're working with. Meddling Mage, Reflector Mage, really? Really? Like, I did say that we'd be soft to the nut draw. This is the nut draw against what we're up to. Yeah. So, if we take... I think we kind of have to take Reflector Mage, because then we can go Lily the Last Hope, kill the Noble Hierarch. But then we have to trade Scooze off to keep Lily the Last Hope alive. But that will unlock Fatal Push. I mean, either way, I think we have to take Reflector. And then maybe we just, I mean, racing them is kind of live with Scooze and with all these creature lands. Do we just pivot to a racing plan? I think so. And I therefore think we're going to attack first. Okay, no blocks. So now, I think it's actually better to just not eat. And we're going to second main phase the Kitchen Finks. So obviously we're still just kind of soft to this Mantis Rider. But besides that, we're putting some good pressure along the ground here. Finks and Ooze both attack well into their board. As always, their top deck is a concern, but I think we're doing everything we can here under the circumstances to give ourselves the best chance. Okay. They didn't crack Canopy. That leads me to believe they drew another 2-drop. Hopefully it's not Thalia's Lieutenant, but it probably is. I mean, that's just how this one's going. Uh-huh. Either that or an image. Oh, the Meddling Mage lock. What do they name now? Abrupt Decay? They might name Lily the Last Hope because they saw her... No, they didn't see her, did they? No, that was the Shadow match where they saw her Last Hope. Yeah, who knows what they'll name. Tarmogoyf. Fair. Okay. Just taking the kill on Hierarch here. Little bit of a tricky attack. Again, I'm kind of inclined to just race. Just turn them both sideways. I think we have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're dead to Athalia's Lieutenant if we do this. Nah, because we'll gain 2 life, so we're not even dead to the Lieutenant. They'll do 13, we'll be at 14. Yeah, let's just go all in. It's a shame we never had an opportunity to get Treetop Village down this whole time, but in a way, that's obviously good because we've been curving out, right? So opponent must have drawn a 3-drop if they're hesitating over this decision. Again, like, just never not gassing out against us here. They even gave us like a reprieve of 1 turn. We could really find our way to win, but it's been perfect mana efficiency, perfect board pressure, very good disruption at every possible stage from this Humans deck in both games. Yep, 3-drop confirmed. Which is a little scary, obviously. Reflector Mage or Mantis Rider, both major concerns here. Yeah, again, we just need, like, them not to have it one time. But I don't think we're going to be so lucky. It could be a Militia Bugler too, which is a good card against us, but not the best in this racing situation. All right, OP, what's the play? What's going on? With this hesitation, another possibility is that they were hoping to draw a 3-drop, so they went up without having one. Okay, we're at 5. Now what? Charming Prince. That's pretty good. That's really good, especially if they do indeed have a 3-drop. Naming Decay. So we're locked out by Decay by Trophy. All right. Gotta play some defense here. Hope they don't actually have a 3-drop. If they do, it's a disaster. This is a nice addition to these types of decks. I do like this card. I think it's cool. Well designed, obviously not broken or anything. But yeah, it gives you a variety of options. Never dead, but also only a bear. Again, I love the Humans deck. I think it's sweet. It's a pleasure to play against it relative to a lot of Modern. Champion, you got it. No attacks, not even the free one in the air. Interesting. All right, well, we're going to field They probably have one other basic to get. Yep. And then we'll eat our own Plague Man. So the obvious thing to do is to try to kill the champion with Liliana. But if they've got a 3-drop to Violin, then we get blown out. But I think most 3-drops they have just blow us out anyway. So why don't we go for it? Okay, we got him. I guess attacking with Skoos is kind of just as good as hanging back, because now they have really bad blocks against it. They just kind of have to chump. And maybe they'll block with the Trophy or the Push Meddling Mage, but they'll probably just block with, yeah, Charming Prince. Sure. So that's another life in the tank for us, and we've got one creature land to block, plus the Finks. Plus we're bluffing. So we're basically going to lose 2 life to the Mantis Rider. 2 more than we would have lost if we shrunk it. But we gain that 1 life back by eating with the Ooze, and we also control the board. So I think that was worth it. This is a really intense game. The Lieutenant. Yep. That's a good one. I don't know the math here, but our blocks don't change either way. So we're going to block the ones whose stuff we can unlock here. Alright, so right now we're taking 7, so we gotta gain another life before damage. We've got Finks as well. And then just before we give them priority again, I'm just going to push Mantis Rider, because that's obviously the play. Alright. Beautiful. Well, we had a pretty good hand and we were on the play, and it still got that intense. They had a great hand too, though. Let's hope they don't... Let's hope they slow their roll a little bit. Let's hope they tone it down a tad for us here on the draw. On the draw, we're going to need a more interactive hand to keep up with them, or we're going to want one. I don't think we make any changes, though. I think this is just how we're sided. The only thing, again, is Dark Confidant's definitely worse on the draw. But is anything else we're doing better? Certainly Thoughtseize is not better. I'm going to put a Hexdrinker back in, just for the earlier board presence. It's less of a liability. And we could play an Ouphe over Bob. That is kind of cute. But we have a Shadowspear in the deck. I'm not going to do that. There is a 75, though, in which you'd probably end up with one Ouphe in your deck here on the draw against an Aether Vial deck. They're always on 7, and we're always mulling. Oh my god, another freaking one-lander. Stop it! Just stop it. I'm gonna keep this. It's got Fatal Push, Plague Man, some low curve stuff, but like, could I get a break? Could I get a break, please? It's alright, you know, if we draw our lands on curve, we're gonna be fine. And they're not on an Aether Vial start, they're on a Noble Hierarch start, so we get to push it and we get our land. Alright, we are operational. We're still against humans on the play that kept 7 and we mulled. So definitely not it's not like out of the woods or anything, but Meddling Mage. So what did they name here? Yeah, like just another push, that's a totally fine name. Yeah, alright, we got our lands, we got our lands, we got our lands. I'm just saying go here. Not gonna run out the Skoos yet. Like, decaying this mage is fine, but I'm kind of suspicious for a Mantis Rider based on their sequencing. A Noble Hierarch? Okay. So now we definitely just decay the mage here. Because Plague Man's going to kill the Noble. So we save the life and all that. Please play Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. A Charming Prince, okay. Can you imagine if that was a Thalia? Can you imagine? I'm going to scry 2. One top, one bot. I guess we get Forest now to make Ooze better. Plaguerock time. Got him. Another Dismember. Pretty rough. How many of these do they really play? They've always got it immediately for our Plague Man. It's not ideal, but Liliana the Veil, that's pretty good. That's going to be our play. I don't mind any Edict value here, and that lets us be super mana efficient. Playing a Hexdrinker, one of the things they could have in hand is a Reflector Mage, and it's totally fine getting our Hexy Reflectored, because then we get to follow up with Skoos. We want Skoos to be like the last thing that comes down after all the trading's done. So, this is the idea here. Alright. Okay, this is working out well for us. We're going to get gas out of their hand by ticking up 2. Yeah, let's pick Hexdrinker. Tarmogoyf a good draw here. And we're just dumping out our hand for sure. Okay. So another Reflector would be pretty punishing here because they could bounce the Goyf, then they have a free attack at Liliana. Oh, or they'll just concede. Alright, hey guys, we earned that one against humans. Our deck is very well configured against it, but they had 3 very good progressions. And they took us to the mat, but we took them down. Alright, we're back on the board. Again, hopefully that's the end of our bad luck, right? Can we get some good luck from here on out, please? That would just be the fair thing. It would just be the righteous thing. Hope you guys are having fun. I am. Love the Rock. Always love the Rock. Always love the Plague Man. And always love the Humans matchup. It's a fun one. Losing the die roll here in round 3. With another one-lander. What is going on? Opponents never mulling this league. Yeah, we got 3 3-drops. I guess we have to throw it back. Okay. Kind of a fine keep, but very slow on the draw. I'm gonna bottom Quagmire. Alright, this hand doesn't beat a lot. It really does not beat a whole lot on the draw. Game 1. I don't know what Plains Pass means, though. Snow-covered is a red flag for a variety of things, but... okay. Looked like they were going to skip past the turn there, but they didn't. Charming Prince. Is this like a mono-white taxes deck? Probably. Well, this is something that we can beat with a hand like this, as long as they don't start going Arbiter Ghost Quarter on us. Well, if they do, at least we've got all the lands, right? Sheesh. They went 1 top, 1 bot with the Prince. You know, I don't believe I will trade with you, charming though you are. Oh my god, why? Like, literally, I gotta stop calling their shots for them. I gotta start calling some good shots for us. Holy crap. This is not the power of prediction that I want. Double Thoughtseize, so this punishes us for playing Treetop turn 1, because now we can only Thoughtseize once. But whatever. That's what we'll do. Just hope they don't have any more GQs, because that's some unfun stuff. They have another Arbiter and a Blade Splicer. Taking the Splicer. And sitting back and, yeah, honestly, probably trading off Bob. Just because, like, the aggro could really cheese us out at this point. We'll see what they do here, though. Yeah, I think Bob's done enough good for us. One unknown in hand. I don't think we're supposed to Thoughtseize unless we draw something really nice at the 2-drop slot, which we don't. Yeah, it's just Liliana time. We could go Plague Man as well, but that's worse against, like, a Flicker effect or something. I think we're supposed to just keep kind of chewing through the board. Yeah. On the other hand, Plague Man is pretty fine here. This is a real judgment call. Plague Man is pretty horrendous if they have Path to Exile, though. Let's go for the slightly higher upside, higher risk play of the Plague Engineer. We shrink the Prince this way so it cannot attack. And they've got Blade Splicer that we can get if they have subsequent copies. Giver of Runes, okay. Fatal Push, a good draw. So here goes the Prince, then we're going to push Arbiter. And hang back with the Plague Man. Try to keep our Liliana around. Do they still have, They had 2 clearings in hand, they played 1, then they didn't play a land on turn 5, is that right? That's what I'm seeing. Okay, yeah, they play the other one here. Prince will bottom. Thoughtseize is a lot more tempting now, because they could be sitting on Restoration Angel. Why don't we crack Peatland first? See what we find. This lets us still Thoughtseize or play Treetop Village. Alright. Abrupt Decay, pretty great. I'm going to Thoughtseize here. Nice. We get... Well, it was a dead card, but still. We'll get that Sheffet Dunes out of their hand. Okay, OP found a GQ, 1 unknown in hand. I'm going to Decay here on the unstep to be mana efficient. And we just keep executing our main plan of control the board. Okay, Dark Confidant. Yeah. Yeah, we'll play it. It's a little risky at our low life total, but let's play it and tick up. I'm very happy trading him off, even with a shrunken Charming Prince, to protect Liliana here. And now we can finally start getting aggro with the Plaguester. Because we do have to end this game. Yeah, so this is mono white Death and Taxes. That's a concession. Nice. Cool. Alright, so we had a hand that was pretty vulnerable to a deck like this game 1, and we were on the draw and we still won, so that's awesome. Had some good fortune involved there. And I do think we're pretty favored here, post-side overall. We want to side similarly to how we were against humans. Shadowspear is a little less exciting because they have the... Yeah, they just have more tricks, basically, to kind of neuter it, but... and Collector Ouphe might be more exciting because its 2/2 body is more relevant against a Taxes deck. Again, otherwise, kind of the same stuff. On the draw, we'll probably shave a Bob. I don't necessarily want to shave all 3 Thoughtseizes because they could be on Restoration Angel and almost certainly are. Plus they're... aggro plan is not anywhere near as scary as that of humans, so I'd almost rather cut the first Inquisition before the final Thoughtseize. Just play without the Ouphe, play our same type of stuff. Seems fine. Especially because some of these decks do side out Aether Vial against us. I really like 1-mana Disruption in this matchup. We don't have any. On the draw, that's a bit of a problem. But we can, we can answer Arbiter on curve if we need to. Like, if we're afraid of getting GQ'd out of the game. And it's a reasonable hand overall, so I'm going to keep it. Turn 1 Giver, sure. Now we cannot kill the Arbiter, actually, but... no attack. So they are protecting an important 2-drop here, and it's the Arbiter. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well... what are we supposed to do here? I think we're going to pass holding up Abrupt Decay. Playing Goyf is very soft to them having Path, and we also want to just keep interacting, keep the board as clear as possible. So we're priced into taking the hit here. We'll see what else they've got. Charming Prince. All right. We'll let this scry resolve before they know that we're going to decay their Giver. Giver is just kind of like a guaranteed tempo neutral or tempo positive play against a deck like ours, because if we're trying to 1-for-1 them, we are priced into removing her first. Oh no! They slow rolled this GQ. Well, still doing our same thing here. All right. So, trophying the Arbiter is like the safe thing to do. It obviously ramps them. It's obviously not great in a lot of ways, but like, we're starting to get to the point where we could just get Arbitered and GQ'd out of the game if they have another one. So... oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. Oh, I forgot about that this wasn't a swamp. Alright, well, never mind. We're not doing that. Sorry, I got my kids right outside the door. I'm listening to them. It's a little distracting. So yeah, we should have played Field of Ruin into Goyf there. Pretty big punt for me. Hopefully it won't matter. The other way to look at it is it does allow us to guarantee Liliana on curve, which is not good against Blade Splicer, because they go so wide, but it is a thing. Oh boy, what now, what now? I think we still do just play Liliana. We have to be mana efficient. We have to hope we draw a second colored land next turn. Liliana can also get taxed out by Thalias in the near future. They lose Prince, which makes them softer to a Plague Engineer on human. But at the same time, this makes sense. If they've got ways to blink this, it's going to be very good for them. They're going to aggro us out in short order. Okay, Inquisition, that's a fine draw. If we get a Path out of their hand this way, that was one reason I've been reluctant to play the Goyf. Don't want to just run it out into Path. But hopefully they have, like, Path and then nothing. Aven Mind Sensor? Okay, good to know about. Charming Prince Restoration Angel, yeah, we're in trouble. So we gotta fade the 4th land for Resto. They immediately get it. Okay, I had a list of other things to fade, but yeah, that's pretty rough. We're going to block the Golem here because it's the blink target that's not very good. It doesn't do anything to blink it. Also, it's the most damage. This Field of Ruins really killing us mono-wise, color-wise. We're not dead yet, but we're probably going to be. They blink. Yeah, we are dead actually. If we had Fatal Push live, we wouldn't be. So we trophy the Angel. They just swing all out. We're dead. Yep. All right. I mean, Arbiter GQ won us that game. Won them that game because it time walked them. Wow, sorry. It time walked us, and also, of course, just ruined our mana. Both in terms of curving out, like we were operating on 3 land the whole time, and in terms of color. Pretty rough stuff, but again, the matchup's totally fine. I like the way we sided, and I think we're just going to run it back. Alright, on the play. Yeah, that's like the mono threats hand, which is not really where we want to be against this deck. But it's good enough to keep on the play. Probably have to mull it on the draw. It's a hand that leaves a lot to be desired, though. We have no utility and double basics in our land base. That's bad. We have Tarmogoyf ×2 with no interaction. That's bad. We have Kalitas that's uncastable until we draw another land and no interaction. That's bad. So this is the Plague Engineer hand. If Plague Man's good, the hand's going to be great. If not, we could really just, like, be at their mercy while they do their D&T thing to us. Of course, we have, like, 20 pieces of interaction in the deck that we can draw to. That would be cool to to have access to any of that, right? Alright, so once again, we just hope they play like Thalia on curve. Play Thalia? Play Thalia. It's Charming Prince. Alright, we need something bad. We need like an Inquisition. Okay, Thoughtseize, we'll take it. I'm going to do that over Plague Man because I'm afraid of Arbiter, and I'm afraid of, it's just the play to make right here. Path to Exile, Arbiter, Charming Prince. Okay, we can beat one Path to Exile, especially if we actually get to ramp off it. So let's take Arbiter. Let's get another Goyf down. So yeah, see how that one piece of interaction makes our hand function? Like, that's really... It's not all we need, but it was a start. And now we can, of course, leverage our Tarmogoyfs. They can do something for us. With this aggressive stance, we kind of have to. Okay, they draw Flicker Wisp. Blinking Charming Prince, good value. But we do get to kill the Wisp, naming Elemental with Plague Man. Which I guess we should. It's tempting to play Kalitas first. But they do just have Path for Kalitas, so... Let's not get greedy. Let's just take our free kill on the Flicker Wisp, I think. One top, one bot. So normally I would like to conceal the Field of Ruin, but because we have Kalitas in hand, we want Swamp so we can go... Yeah, it doesn't matter, actually. Whatever, let's just get the field out there. And let's get our free kill. And we just want to, like, draw interaction from here on out. Gotta grow this Goyf. These Goyfs, more accurately. Okay, so opponent with a Tech Edge. This is live, even without any kind of Arbiter. They hit our field, interesting. Goyf grown. Goyf status, grown. And there's the other prince out of hand. So we're just slamming Kalitas and turning them all sideways, including the Plague Man, because we're at such a... We have the front foot. Trading Plague Man for Charming Prince is fine when you have a Kalitas on the field. Definitely just turning them all sideways here. Alright, we still need to, like, just want to keep drawing interaction, right? But, like, it's pretty good. Kind of a lose-lose proposition in terms of the blocks here for OP, and yeah, they just take the hit. Okay, Castle Ardenvale. Some top-end value. Mirren Crusader. No, what the heck, really? Since when? Since when? Oh my god. Since when does this card see play? Alright, well... Now, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Well, is it still good to just all-in attack? So they get a free kill on the Plague Man, but then they have to chump. Or they can trade, block, chump. Oh my god, if we, just like, give me a little help here, deck. We have only Thoughtseize all game for interaction. I think I'm supposed to attack here. Like, before they get Castle Ardenvale online. Then we're never getting through this until we kill their Crusader somehow. Alright, whatever, going for it. This is why taking an aggressive stance early on is so important, because it gives us the ability to just shove here and really make them have something next turn. Alright. So their whole board is dead, besides the unkillable guy. And now a Liliana of the Veil cleanly answers Mirren Crusader, which is very, very important. Oh my god, deck, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? Alright, we just gotta attack. Clearly they drew something, otherwise they would have cracked Silent Clearing. But, like, what else are we supposed to do? I cannot believe we are this deep in the game and have not drawn a single anything. So they top decked a Restoration Angel, sure. It's not terribly exciting here for them. I have to chump with it. also had to go down to 2 to do so. Alright, making them have something yet again. They don't have it, so they had to crack. Maybe they have it now. Charming Prince, our arch nemesis. Did they scry or did they gain the life? They gained the life. You got it. Alright. We could fetch to thin out, or we could just leave it around for Fatal Push on like a bigger thing. I don't know what's better. Thinning is statistically insignificant, so if we have a reason to leave it uncracked, I guess we'd leave it uncracked. Please. Please, for the love of all that is holy. Give me some help here. Give me some help here, deck. I literally can't believe what's going on right now. Part of me wanted to field the G-Cube while they were tapped. I just have no words. I just have no words. It's alright. We are going to top deck Collective Brutality and kill them with it. It's going to be Cobrew for the win. Watch us top deck a Liliana now that they have a chance to protect Mirren. Oh my god! Oh my god, the shots, the called shots are too much, guys. They're too much. Alright, we're slow rolling Lily. We're going to field their GQ so we can draw a manland and win with it. And look at our deck. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4 Fatal Pushes, 2 Brutalities, which are lethal and a kill spell. 3 Trophies, 2 Decays. 3 more Lilianas, a Lily the Last Hope, 3 Plague Engineers. We have all the outs in the world. We just need to draw them. We just need to draw them. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And they just never stop. Okay, rest in peace. Whatever. Don't know how much that changes. Obviously, it's not good for us, but, like, let's just draw a kill spell and win. Okay, good enough. We don't win right now, but... we stave off the bleeding. They're getting back to Castle Ardenvale mana, though. Alright, after all this, my preferred method of winning is just drawing the Brutality for style. But I'll take anything. I'll take anything at this point. Okay, they have Castle Ardenvale online. We have Fatal Push. Oh boy. This is so unbelievable. This is so unbelievable. Think we have to push this human token. So if we push the token, that gives us the option to either take up or take down. I think it's fine either way. We could also draw another Liliana, and then we can Edict and then play our other Lily and take up. Come on, Collective Brutality. Hexdrinker? Sure. Protection from everything sounds good right now. But we can't quite get there. Not right now. Gotta remember that my fetch is shut off here by Arbiter. Didn't really play around that, but whatever. So, yeah, we're just gonna take our kill right now. Okay. Once again, we make the opponent have to have something right now. Castle Ardenvale doesn't save you from a level 8 Hexdrinker. Path to Exile doesn't save you. I don't know what can save them, but probably not much at all. Does Hexy... I don't even want to say steal the game. Okay, opponent messaged us. Guess we're going to read it. Awesome luck? Yeah, real awesome luck. Like, you know, it was a good game, but... oh boy, what's going on with my client? You're really going to tell us we're lucky for that? Again, let's review. Let's review. It was a good game. So, post side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 different things that kill the board. And we didn't draw any of them until turn 10. Any one of those helps us bury that game a lot earlier. But we're lucky. Okay, bro. You know what? It was a good game. But geez, how about our luck today, guys? I mean, look at this. We're still 2-1 with some really horrendous luck overall. You know, this hand's pretty medium. It's aggressively medium. In fact, on the draw, it's got a lot of things not to like. No 1-mana interaction again. Really clunky and painful mana. Only trophies for spot removal in the opener. It's all pretty bad, but it functions. And that's more than we can say for most of our hands today. So I'm going to keep it and to see how it goes. I keep thinking, you know, now's the time that our luck's going to just crank up to 10, but we're still waiting, right? We're still waiting. I suppose this is a pretty entertaining one to watch, though. Here, we like this opponent. Good luck, have fun, I like your videos. Well, that's very nice to hear. Thanks so much. Good luck, have fun. Gotta hit him with the meme. Good luck, have fun, my friend. Oh, triple street right start. Hey, I like your videos. Now die to a turn 2 angler. Thanks a lot, my friend. Jeez, really? You're gonna make me look bad like this. Alright, well, you know, once again, the Shadow matchup is totally fine. It's totally fine. At least we didn't maul to Oblivion for this game one. And hey, we have trophies to handle an angler. Stomping Ground. Okay. Traverse for a swamp. You got it. Triple trophy. That's actually probably fine. It's just a lot worse against, like, turn 2 Tarmogoyf than most of our other stuff would be. The pushes and the decays of the world. But they don't have that. They must have a kill spell. So what do we want to run out into the kill spell? Bob, Scooz, Goyf. I don't know. Probably not the Goyf, because they're going to play Goyf when they're on Traverse, so we want to be able to go head-to-head there. Play the Scooz. Doesn't look like we're going to use this as anything more than a Grizzly Bear. Despite it being fine in the matchup, we just are choked for mana and have all the gas in hand, so our bear will trade with your push, I accept. Interesting that the opponent... did they keep a no-threat hand? Or are they just, like, sequencing in such a way where they're trying to find the right spot? I don't know. I can appreciate that swamp, you know, taking a departure from the... I mean, I like the typical Magic swamp that's gloomy and bleak and so forth, but you gotta admire the willingness to depart from that, rather. Okay, OP tanking a little, and then fetching, and then traversing. Okay. So they kept, like, a hand with all the Street Wraiths and maybe a Traverse, it seems. And double Shadow, well, that's pretty good. Let's draw land. Okay, we draw Decay. We'll take it. But... I mean, we have all the removal you could possibly ask for. We just don't want to get tempoed out here. So if they go, like, Shadowgoyf here, that's really scary. If they do almost anything else, I don't care. Doesn't seem like they should have all that many threats, though, you know what I mean? Like, based on how they've sequenced. So the Shadow might be their last threat. They can't... we've got a really Thoughtseize-proof hand. So it's possible they just take a trophy, but I was just going to say it's also perhaps more likely they take the Liliana, because they know they are not going to stop us one-for-oneing them, and they don't want us to have the inevitable, like, repeated value of Lily. Okay. Well, it's a good thing they did, because we drew a land. So we're just going to either upkeep or draw step this trophy. Probably draw step it. Like, what am I afraid of? Main deck Veil of Summer? Well, possibly, but let's make him have that, right? Oh, I didn't mean to call the shot. Okay, they hesitated. It's like, no, I'm done calling the opponent's perfect shots for them. I don't want to do that anymore. Oh, man. You know, you just, when that stuff happens, guys, you just laugh about it. It's just fun. And you just know the luck's going to come back around your way at some point as well. Important to keep that balance in mind. It is definitely reasonable and fair and understandable to say, I had a terrible league with luck. Like, that can be empirically true. Or I had a terrible tournament, or I had a terrible month. That happens, but it is not true, and it is not healthy or productive to say, I'm always unlucky, I always have the worst luck. That's not true for anybody, you know what I mean? Not in a game like this. It does even out over the course of years, months, whatever you want to, whatever time scale you operate on, right? So let's try to keep things in perspective when when you're too busy calling the opponent's shots to win, right? Okay, opponent tapping for 3 here. Leaving up... Oh, Kolaghan's Command. Brutal. I guess we picked Bob. Could pick Goyf, but our life total's getting low. So that's, you know, the opponent's getting back into the game here with some 2-for-1s. I think we're supposed to shock this in. We're drawing these in the wrong order, though. Tomb last turn for us this turn would have been a lot better. But we do want to dump our hand out to stay even on tempo, and because they do play Thoughtseizes, right? I also could have draw stepped that one, but I kind of figured they wouldn't have any more basics, and they don't. Opponent with the Bauble. Oh no, opponent with Lily. Really? I didn't know these decks played Liliana the Veil main deck. Is that normal? Okay, they're going to bobble us so they know what's in our plan here. Alright, so with Tarmogoyf there was some incentive to consider attacking with Quagmire, or before Tarmogoyf rather, but now we definitely just run out the Goyf. And then we can trophy Lily at our leisure. Maybe they'll not have tracked our hand and even forget that we have it, and we get to blow them out. I'll give one of my viewers more credit than that, but mistakes can happen to anybody, right? So they once upon a time into Plague Engineer. Okay. So that's actually going to be the... Ooh. Yeah, it's good sequencing from OP. Pressing us into trophying now. This is still obviously very good for us, but they made it less good for us than it could have been. If they'd run out the Plague Man first, we could, of course, trophy that, then freely attack Lily off the field. Or just kill them, I guess, because they are at 4, gotta remember that. Alright, so you draw a kill spell, we win. They only have 1 card in hand. Our position is very good, but it's also, you know, it is on the knife's edge because our life total is so low. Good to know about these Plague Men. They're tutorable. They're going to make our bobs a lot worse post-side, especially on the draw. Because hopefully we're going to win this one. We'll be on the draw for game 2. Yeah, so opponent in the tank about what to name. Probably considering human, maybe snake, maybe just shrinking our Goyf in case they find a Goyf of their own. There's lots of considerations here, but... Human, sure. Inquisition. That'll actually probably hit. Unless they just have a fetch land in hand. So one line is just to attack with Quagmire. But I think Inquisition is decent enough, and our odds of drawing like another kill spell are decent enough that we do want to just attack with Peatland. Or crack the Peatland, but it's a tough call. It's a real tough call, actually. I'm going to crack it. If we draw a push, we have Revolt. Okay, we draw a Hexdrinker, that's pretty good. Inquisition you, see what's up. Dismember? Sure. I don't think we attack. Like, it makes their kill spell better if we don't attack, but a kill spell's already good for them. We've had a lot of combat-related decisions this league, so if I just made the wrong one, forgive me. It's, you know, it's a real tough call for obvious reasons. Fatal Push. Yeah, that would have been perfect last turn, but let's just try to go for the win here. And having Fatal Push in the back pocket's great. Also got some inevitability of Quagmire making a land draw not that bad. Okay. Cool. Alright, good game. Yeah, opponent says good game, for sure. Yeah, the Shadow decks are sweet. And we got him game 1, which is pretty sweet. Blood Crypt in hand. Okay, So I don't know if we want Shadowspear here. They're a little too mid-rangey for it to be good, I think. They're also less tempo and just more, like, solid, grindy than the Grixis Shadow deck, so I'm less interested in Fulminator, especially on the draw. Ashiok is still good because they're dependent on Traverse, but I don't know if we want more than one. But let's consider them all, but plan to probably play one. Bit of a tongue twister there. We got Veil of Summer and Kitchen Finks that are great. I think Kalitas is better here than he is against Shadow. We'll play him. Brutality gone. I'm going to cut a couple Dark Confidants on the draw, I think, just for fear of getting blown out by the Plague Man. And because we've got a lot of other really good things to do. Thoughtseizes are not that necessary either. So maybe we do actually just play like 3 Bob and either a Thoughtseize or an Ashiok. I don't really have faith in double Ashiok here. Let's just like play one for what it's worth and like not get stuck with 2 static cards that don't do anything. Proactive or interactive, really. Seems good. The other thing we could consider, because we've got like this stuff we're not as sure about, is playing Fulminators. But I don't think I will on the draw. Just run it like this. You gotta expect Veil of Summer out of them too. Fulminator getting veiled when we're already behind from being on the draw on tempo is enormously bad. Another one-lander. This is kind of in, this is like a super borderline one-lander. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this one. As terrible as that is, we've got too many mana sinks and 3 drops for this to be good. Even if we hit the second land. Alright, here's a reasonable 6. We keep it, and I think we're bottoming Ashiok here because we've already fallen behind on resources. We want everything to do something, like at least trade 1 for 1. We could also bottom Finks because the wrong land won't let us cast it. Nevertheless, we'll do it that way. Bauble, targeting themselves, doing the old scry trick. Fetching that away, shocking in, but not doing anything. Obviously, we are afraid here of Veil of Summer. Do we want to make them have it? I think we do, because like our hand is not doing anything otherwise. Like Veil blows out our other Inquisition, just like the first one, and Veil also blows out Abrupt Decay now. Alright, do you have Veil of Summer? Do you have the card that I believe should be banned, but we're also playing in our sideboard? Why not? You always do. They always do. I hate this card. No offense, my friend. Piftinin, obviously, we're jamming it too, but this card is just ridiculously designed for reasons I've gotten into in the past. Won't get into again. And this is just, like, unwinnable. Like, you try to... it just punishes fair games so much. Fair gameplay so much. You already have enough variance with play versus draw and taking mulligans, and then it's just the 1 mana 2 for 1. Yeah. You guys all know. I don't need to dwell on it. So we are just so far behind I can't even tell you. But we do have enough gas in hand, and the variance does come into play enough in a matchup like this that maybe we just out-top deck the opponent anyway. They have an early Shadow. Alright, we could draw Fatal Push here and I'd be pretty happy. Or we could draw a green land, and that's fine. Okay. I'll take it. Okay, they have a Plague Man, which we don't care about yet. They have a Push, which we don't care about that much. Clear take a K command, I suppose. So, you know, this is what I mean. We're not, like, that far behind right now. We're behind, but we're not that far behind. So opponent just growing that Shadow, but they also use up the one Revolt trigger we know they have. So that makes me kind of want to play Plague Man next turn to try to brick wall this thing. Tarmogoyf. Yikes. Major yikes. Ugh. Yeah, we just gotta play something here that trades off. Just preserve our life total a little bit here by naming Lurgoyf. But I imagine they just attack into it anyway. So after blocks, opponent has something to do here. TBR. Yep. A little surprised to see that in against us post side, but whatever. Do we even want to show them Finks? Nah. We're done. Okay. I mean, what are you going to do? You mull, you go into the Veil of Summer. Yep. That's one thing that really makes these interactive games a lot less fun, if you ask me. But I didn't design the card. We'll hit our friend here with the GGWP and go back to the drawing board. I don't think I'm going to really do anything different. I don't think I want to be on the Fulminator plan here like I do against Grixis Shadow. They're less mana hungry. They have lower variance for how mana hungry they are, I guess. Grixis Shadow is like all 1-drops and 8-drops and Snapcaster. So 7-drop, whatever it is. Yeah, this is a fine configuration. Maybe just bring back a Bob, actually. Cut a Thoughtseize. Seems good. Still don't really think the second Ashiok is worth it. Alright, can we be the ones to blow them out with the Veil of Summer this game? That'd be cool. That'd be pretty sweet. Not that I want to win by such nefarious means, but, you know, when in Rome. Mana issues, but it's a keep. Major mana issues. Opponent mulls. You love to see it. But we are in a weird spot where we kind of need to draw the 4th land, but otherwise the 4th land wouldn't be a good draw because we just have to cast Liliana. But if the opponent, I was going to say, if they mull low enough, it won't matter. OP baubles themselves, fetches, and I guess Thoughtseize is here. Where's our Veil of Summer when we needed it? Okay, bye-bye, Lily. Well, at least we don't have to draw that other black land necessarily anymore. Yes, we do. We draw Lily the Last Hope. All right, Bob. Will you please stick for us, at least for one turn? It's pretty unlikely, but you never know. Last Hope, a good draw. I'm just a little nervous about it because I've been losing to my own deck a lot today. Trophy? Okay, I'll take it. That's a lovely thing. That is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. We draw another Fatal Push. Okay, well, things are looking up indeed. Wow. I don't even know what to buy back. I kind of want to buy back a green creature so we can cast him and then hold up double push. Is that dumb? Should we buy back the Bob? I think I'm going to buy back a greenie. They're all awesome. Scooz is really interesting here. I think I'm just going to take the Goyf, though. That was an interesting call. And hey, if we can loop Liliana one more time, we've got guaranteed hits. Them having to crack Peatland is amazing for us here. We were worried about them, like, having a double spell turn or maybe playing, like, a Lily of the Veil. Instead, we get to have our fun. We have 3 Fatal Pushes in hand. Seems good. Okay, there's their third land. And a pass, huh? I think I'm going to crack Peatland here. There's some reasons not to, but... Nah, that's our only second black source. I guess we can't. Okay, we would have drawn the swamp anyway, so I kind of wish we did, but this is still fine. The burning question is whether or not to get greedy with our Liliana. Do we just take the guaranteed 2-for-1 of taking down? Or do we take up and get a little greedy, as I said? Either way, I don't think we have to activate her first, because if the opponent had a way to answer her and they wanted to, they would have done so already, right? Okay, so the opponent might just have some Shadow Stranded in hand or something. I'm going to take up. Obviously, we're at a point now where Veil of Summer can blow us out because they've got the lands to function, but opponent says GG. Sweet, we did it, guys. We did it. That was a nice curve out. Opponent had a little bit of action, but their trophy unlocked our hand, and that was that. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll reveal my hand back. Opponent had just garbage in hand. Four lands, all of them causing pain, and double teamer battle rage. I say, good game, well played, unlucky, good luck in the future, flood is real. Yup. Alright, guys. Opponent says thanks, you two. What a great guy. If you watch this, Piftinen, it was a pleasure. Good game, well played. I will say, though, I'm no expert on your deck, but I do not believe that Temur Battle Rage should probably be in against the Rock post side. You know, maybe if you think you're at a disadvantage and you want to try to steal the game, I can see that. But I think that's more on the play than the draw, if anything. And I also still, and maybe only as a one of, not in multiples, they've got at least two in there, as you can see. But I'm no expert. You know, comment section, feel free to chime in, correct me if I'm wrong. But hey, guys, we cashed another league already. We're playing round 5 here, and we've had some miserable luck along the way. But we're still getting over the line, and hopefully we just crush him here in the final round. Have some good luck, and finish off with a strong one. It's a good keep. On the play. Another, like, we're just having hands with, like, without our premier one-drop interaction a lot. That's definitely making it so our hands are kind of medium at best throughout the league, with maybe one or two exceptions. But, you know, in a blind game 1 on the play, I do definitely accept that a hand like this is fine. Opponent has mulled. What do you got, my friend? Basic Island. Serum Visions. Alright, well, the choke is no longer in our deck. Hopefully our Liliana resolves against any kind of an Island Serum Visions deck. That'll be good on the play. Trophy. Remains to be seen how useful this is, and I really wish this Goyf was a Bob right now. But we'll take it, right? Scalding Tarn. Alright. Plague Engineer, sure. I'm just going to jam the Lily. If there's permission, it'll grow the Goyf. By a lot, because they'll have to fetch, then use an instant, and a Planeswalker will be in the yard. And if not, well, it'll also grow the Goyf. The only question here is what to pitch. It's either Plague Man or a land. I think because we've got an active Liliana and we have 2 mana, 2 utility lands on the field, I think we're supposed to pitch Plague Man. But I don't know what they're on. They could be on a deck playing like Snapcaster Mage and Vendilion Click, in which case Plague Man is actually okay. But they could be a white deck too that just hasn't shown us any white mana yet. Yeah, okay. See ya, Plague Man. Okay. Island hitting the bin. Tarmogoyf getting frisky. Liliana resolving is huge. Okay, Steam Vents. This might just be blue-white or blue-red. Simian Spirit Guide? What's going on here? Is this Blue Moon? Well, I hope they don't have Blood Moon next turn. Oh my god, one of these BS Electrodominance decks. I freaking hate these decks. They're so miserable to play against. Okay. So this sucks. For 1 mana, opponent gets to flash in 2 4/4s, Killer Tarmogoyf, and a Killer Lily on the Crackback. But they did have to Simian Guide it out. And we draw Thoughtseize, which is probably pretty good here. We could shock into play around Mana Leak, but with a 4/4 on the field, our life total's not free. We are spending 4 life to do that, and then if we didn't need to do that, we wasted that mana anyway. So I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna let it rip. If they have the Mana Leak, they have the Mana Leak. I haven't played against one of these decks in a while. I certainly don't know the ins and outs of it. Restore Balance, Electrodominance as foretold. Okay, so if we take Restore Balance, they have no payoff. Right now they have a totally uncastable hand. What exactly does this do? Okay. We sack down to 2 lands, we sack down to 2 creatures, and discard down to 2 cards. That wouldn't be that bad for us, but I still think I should take it. Sure, whatever. We, like, at 6-1, half dozen of the other in terms of making them draw the payoff or the enabler for Electrodominance. And we can trophy as foretold if they find a land for it, and we think that's the right play. Right now, we're losing the race to the Rhino, even though we're a little bigger. Okay, they draw Simian Guide. Yep. Okay, doesn't seem that good. All right, let's keep drawing action here. Fatal Push. That's action. We like it. We like it. Trophy you, which is also growing the Goyf. Smack you for 6, it's a 3-turn clock. Alright, so we want to fade a Restore Balance. I'm sure they have other, like, Crashing Footfalls would be pretty bad for us too, to be honest. Okay, another Goyf. Guess we're attacking first and probably just saying Goyf go if they don't do anything here. Yeah. Yeah, let's jam. Remand. Okay, well, jam again. And we gotta fade the Restore Balance. I'll be so sad. Please don't have it. Sleight of Hand. Oh, Ancestral Vision is the find? Okay. Free Ancestral Vision is good, but I don't think it saves you here. Cool. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? Excuse me a moment. I'm going to look up a recent list. I haven't seen a deck like this in months. Probably 4 or 5 months since I played one in a league. Modern Electrodominance. Okay, nothing recent coming up. Let's go directly to a website here. You know, I have a good idea of what to do. I just want to, like, see what I should be prepared for besides what we just saw and what I know about. Okay, Greater Gargadon is in there as well, and then we have kind of a red-blue tempo control package of, like, Lightning Bolts, Abrade, Opt, Izzet Charm. These are all potentials. We might see, I guess, Blood Moon is a possibility. I'm not seeing Snapcaster Mage. I guess we play Veil of Summer, even though maybe Veil of Summer, or maybe not. I really don't know. We'll consider all this stuff. Finks is a fine threat, honestly, even if they're not. Yeah, it's a pretty fine threat. Definitely want Brutality. I don't even think we want Ashiok, do we? Probably just want to cut our Fatal pushes, but even those beat Rhino. Could see cutting a couple Plague Men, a couple Fatal pushes. Probably not changing much. Let's play Veil, Cobrew, Kitchen Finks. Let's do it like this. And I think Fulminator is reasonable, but I think I'm going to side conservatively here on the draw. Fulminator is also worse on the draw. We'll see exactly what else they manage to show us here, and hopefully there won't be a Game 3, so we don't need to worry about it, right? But you guys, as always, please do let me know your thoughts on sideboarding here in a matchup like this. And, you know, blue-red is almost like a fringe control pairing at this point, so you don't know what to account for. They could be on, like, a Thing in the Ice plan, or a Brineborn Cutthroat plan out of the side, you know. It's not that likely, but we keep here. And, of course, Blood Moon, as I mentioned, so, yeah. Opponent mullen to 5, you love to see that. You love to see that. And we got the Inquisition. And we've got some of our weakest threats, but at least we've got a functional hand with disruption, with threats. All right. More lands, probably not what the doctor ordered. Simian Spirit Guide as foretold. Cannot take Greater Gargadon. Take as foretold, I guess. We gotta be able to beat this card too, which I guess Trophy and Lily of the Veil do. Brutality does probably nothing right now. It might hit, but it might also whiff. I think we definitely want to play a threat here. There's a 1 unknown in their hand. Be a lot more comfortable if this was a Goyf or a Bob. Again, I didn't really see Snapcaster in their lists. I don't think it's terribly likely they have it, but you never know. Hardcast and an Ape. Sure. We kill that with Brutality if we want to. I guess we do, and I guess we also do Inquisition here. Get another Ape, sure. So, is the life drain better? I think we want to just keep making our land drops. And hey, we got a little food in there for the ooze. Which means that next turn, if we want, we can just like make it so it survives a lightning bolt. Tarmogoyf. I'm going to jam it main because if they have Remand, I want to be able to just play Locthwain and replay it. And if they don't, I want to play Treetop. Look at that. We played around Remand. All right, obviously in dire need of fading the Restore Balance combo now, but they were totally empty-handed, so they need to just blindly top deck their way into it. Okay, Hardcast Simian Guide. Not a modern power level play. For the most part, you have to say. So we do have lethal on field, even without having to play Plague Man. Therefore, I think Lily, the Last Hope, is the better play. They have just another Hardcast Simian Guide here. Or did they find something good? They just going in on the... Well, we'll see. If they find the combo, that's the most tilting thing. Wow, cool. Sacrifice 5 lands, sacrifice 2 creatures. Discard a card. Man, what fun gameplay. This is just, like I said, it's like among the stupidest things I've ever seen. Oh my god. Do we play it out? We can't beat that. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, they had like 3 top decks, and they top decked 2 combo pieces. And the 2 best ones, too. Like, not the Rhinos, not the Draw 3, the Restore Balance. Okay. I truly hate this gameplay, so for that reason, I really hope we win. Even if we don't, it's still a successful league. This is not a common archetype, so it's not something we need to worry that much about. But nevertheless, I do still really want to beat it. I don't think really we should be doing too much else that we're not already. Like, we could try to just cheese out their fetch lands with Ashiok on the play as a one-of. I don't think that's great. Yeah, I think we're sided correctly. Let's play again. Let's please play again, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of cool that somebody figured out how this deck exists and all that, but this is the type of thing that just makes me say, what are we doing? What are we doing with modern design? Like, we can print Veil of Summer that blows out an Inquisition of Kozilek to the point of, like, insanity, but we don't really have like ways to easily includable ways to blow out this stupid combo. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. We got a mull. We mull to another 1-lander. We cannot keep this hand. It does nothing. At least the opponent's mulling, but yeah, we gotta send it back. Can you please give me a good 5? It's a pretty good 5. I mean, it does nothing besides rip the hand to shreds, but I guess that's pretty good for a 5. We're just gonna bottom a push in a maybe a push in a marsh, in case they're on Blood Moon. Alright, so if we draw a Tarmogoyf stat, the hand is fine. Okay, we'll take Electrodominance away here. Okay, they found Remand. Remand is pretty bad. Bolt, it's like there's an argument to take both Bolt and Remand. I think I'm definitely priced into the Remand. And then, I don't know what to do here. Like, Restore Balance is not that bad for us. Crashing Footfalls is arguably worse, but I don't think I can justify taking Footfalls over Restore, so I'm just going to take Lightning Bolt. Try to force them to brick, try to draw like a... Now, like, Bob or Scooz are fine draws, too. And, like, if we draw land into Liliana, this becomes fine, too. Okay, there's the Lily. So now our live draws are very, like, we have a high degree of live draws. Greater Gargadon. Alright, well, Trophy can answer that. But we're going to lose out on our Trophy because we're jamming Lily. I think that's fine. Don't have Remand, please. Okay. So we're doing some stuff. The Gargadon is going to be a bit of a problem, perhaps. But for now, we are... we're doing some work. Veil of Summer. I don't even know if this card should be in, actually. But again, we have a lot of pretty poor stuff anyway. Whatever, we're losing it. And there is no creature to eat. So we are attacking with a Grizzly Bear. Yeah, Veil, an annoyingly bad draw there. But we just kind of all in on the OP brickin', right? Liliana, please. Please, Liliana, save us. Win us the match. You can do it. You can do it. I'm not going to eat just in case they have Snap Lightning Bolt. Okay. I'm going to take up with Lily. We don't want to ult her right now, so we run this out, I guess, naming Rhino. Got some real medium draws going on here, but hopefully Liliana makes it all better. They didn't cast the guide, that's interesting. Don't know what else that means they have, but whatever. Sure. I guess we just keep playing stuff out and keep ticking up, right? Alright, Ancestral Vision they didn't suspend either. I don't know if I'm supposed to know what they have that makes them want to sequence this way. I mean, maybe they're just waiting for an As Foretold or an Electrodominance to really go off. And they want the Simian Guide, wanted the Simian Guide mana to help facilitate that turn. Okay, Tarmogoyf. I don't really see any need to ult them, do you? Let's think for a sec. Let's think for a moment here. Yeah, I think I'm just continuing to tick up. I don't know. I don't know what that card in their hand is that they're protecting by not doing any of this other stuff. Maybe it's a restore balance. No, did I just call the shot? I didn't mean to call the shot. They're going to draw nothing, and they're going to lose. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't be it. Don't have it. No! Why do I call the shots? Why do I call the shots? I hate this deck so much. I hate everything about it. And, I don't know, I guess if we had ulted, we would have kept them off a land. But, like, really? Cool, this is so cool. What a fun game of Magic. Like, you just play some stuff out and then they automatically kill you. Or they don't. And we're exactly one shy of being able to edict this stupid thing. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I can't believe what's going on here, guys. Literally can't believe it. We gotta, like, we're just gonna lose. And they draw a card that they can cast for free off their 1 mana, As Foretold. So were we supposed to ult? I really don't know. Like, what are the odds they find something else that punishes us? And the fact that they slow rolled a land... I mean, I guess we're just dead. We don't have anything that can kill it for 1 mana. Yeah, whatever. I'm not worrying about this deck because it is stupid and it's not good. So if you run into it, you just take your lumps or you get the free win, as the case may be. Well, this was a pretty poor note to finish on, my friends. I am sorry to show you that non-game at the end here, but let's just take a second to appreciate how miserable our luck was throughout the entire league. Not at every possible turn, but as a whole, in that we still came out with a 3-2. Plaguerock is legit. BG Rock in general is legit. You're not going to see that at any kind of top table. And we also just kind of rolled over and died game 1 due to really bad variance. Round 1, rather. So we won through 3 tough progressions with less than ideal situations against humans, against D&T, and against, what was it, Traverse Shadow in round 4. We were both losses 1 turn away from winning against the Restore Balance deck, and they top decked the combo immediately after we disrupted so heavily. Yeah, we took a lot of mulligans there too. So what are you going to do? I wish I could just play all games all day. I really do. Because if this was my full-time job, we would show you the good variance leagues and the bad variance leagues. But sometimes it's like, this was my only time to play League on camera for like the next 5 days. And that happened. Really? Really? But enough about that. It was still, I hope, good gameplay for you, entertaining stuff for you. Maybe we should have vaulted at the end of the Liliana. I don't know. Tough decision at the end of a really long league. Live commentating, what are you going to do? Either way, they had to have the only top deck that won it again, and they did find it again. So sometimes that is magic. Plague Engineer, we saw do a whole lot of work against humans in D&T. And then we saw matchups where he was only okay. Obviously, just kind of a Grey Ogre against that As Foretold deck. And I think better against Traverse. I think he was pretty good against Traverse. The Death Touch did win us, or have the potential to win us some matches. And against Grixis Shadow, he's fine. He's better than a lot of bad stuff. I think you want a more moderate number of him in your 60 post side. So this was a decent showing for the specific Plaguerock variant. Otherwise, more of the same, guys. You know, the rock core really looking really good here. Like, genuinely looking awesome. If we were casting discard, if we were sticking Goyfs and Bobs, and if we were resolving Lilianas of the Veil, we were in great shape. Our luck was all over the place. The opposing matchups were all over the place. This could so easily have been a 5-0. I think we deserve the 4-1 here based on just the bad variants alone. But you can see how the rock is alive and well, and a lot of people are really high on Jund, but Jund is good too. It's not strictly better than rock, though, because if you're trying to beat big mana, and if you're trying to beat burn, rock is your guy. Rock is definitely better positioned against those decks than Jund, and has other advantages as well. So there you go, guys. There's our league. Wish we didn't get cheesed out by Restore Balance at the end of it. Wish we played a tier deck and had some more interesting games. But nevertheless, I do really hope you enjoyed it. Let me pull up my Patreon notifications here so I don't mess up the name, even though I probably will anyway, right? Where are we for our new Inquisitor to give a shout out here on the back end to? There it is, Allbed17. Hope I got your name right, my friend. Thanks for the support. Thank you to all Patreon supporters. And please do stick around, because my next big project is diving into Mono Black in Pioneer. But we got more modern BGX as the main focus of the channel. We gotta jam some Mono Red prowess for you too, so there you go, guys. Good times in Modern, despite some silliness going around as always. But hey, at least we're not dealing with Oko anymore. At least we're not dealing with Mox Opal and the Lattice Lock anymore. Hopefully we get this card banned too next. Veil of Summer should be banned in my opinion. Field of the Dead and Once Upon a Time also are probably on the watch list. And also ban Restore Balance. Only kidding, kinda kidding, half kidding. Interpret that as you will, but it was still fun. We still had a great time, and I thank you for watching. I'll see you in the comments section, and I will see you for the next video. Hope everybody has a wonderful day.